All right, you donkey, listen up. Tofu is to soy milk as cheese is to dairy milk. Think about it. You take milk, add some cultures, maybe some rennet, and bam! You've got curds and whey, the building blocks of cheese. Tofu's the same, but instead of cow's milk, we're using soy milk. It's curdled using a coagulant, usually something like nigari, which is just a fancy name for magnesium chloride. This separates the soy milk into curds and whey, just like with cheese. Now the curds are pressed together to form a block. And that, my friends, is your basic tofu. It's a simple process, but don't let that fool you. We're talking about pure protein power here, not some limp lettuce.
Here's a fact that might surprise you. The United States grows half the world's soybeans every year. That's right, this little bean is a big deal in the U.S. agricultural industry. We're talking millions of acres dedicated to growing these protein-packed wonders. And for good reason. Soybeans are incredibly versatile. They're used to make everything from cooking oil to animal feed. But for me, the most exciting use of soybeans is, you guessed it, tofu. It's a testament to the power of this humble bean, a true American hero.
Now let's talk numbers, because I know you all love a good statistic. Imagine 12,672 blocks of tofu lined up, stretching as far as the eye can see. That's a mile long of tofu, my friends. That's how much of this stuff we're churning out practically all the time. It's a testament to tofu's popularity, its versatility, its sheer bloody brilliance. So next time you think tofu's just for vegetarians, remember that mile-long queue. That's a lot of people enjoying the deliciousness that is tofu. Chapter 4. Listen, you wouldn't think it, but there are 5 different types of tofu available in the market. 5. It's not just one big block of blandness, you know. We've got silken, extra soft, medium firm, and extra firm. Each one has its own texture, its own personality, its own culinary uses. It's like the Spice Girls of the food world, but instead of telling you what you want, what you really, really want, they're just quietly waiting to be transformed into culinary masterpieces. Chapter 5. Let's break it down, shall we? Silken tofu is the Beyoncé of the group. Smooth, creamy, and ready to steal the show. It's not pressed or drained, so it has a custard-like texture, perfect for desserts, smoothies, and sauces. Then you've got your extra soft, which is still delicate, but with a bit more bite. Medium and firm are your workhorses, holding their shape well in stir-fries and grills. And extra firm, well, that's the one you want for your heavy lifting, your grilling, your baking, your tofu scrambles. It's the heavyweight champion of the tofu world. Chapter 6. Now, let's get one thing straight. Tofu isn't some new age fad. This stuff has been around for centuries. It's older than your nan's fruitcake and twice as interesting. Legend has it that tofu was accidentally discovered by a Chinese cook over 2,000 years ago. Can you imagine? This poor bloke's just trying to make a decent meal, probably some kind of soy milk soup, and he accidentally curdles it with some stray seaweed. Talk about a kitchen disaster. But instead of throwing it out, he's like, hold on, this might be something special. And bam, tofu is born.
Chapter 7. Tofu, the cancer fighter. Listen, I'm not a doctor, but I know a thing or two about good health. And let me tell you, tofu is packed with it. We're talking about isoflavones, these little compounds that can actually reduce your risk of cancer. That's right, tofu isn't just delicious, it's practically a superhero in disguise. So next time you're looking for a healthy and delicious meal option, reach for the tofu. Your body will thank you for it. Chapter 8. Menopause Miracle. Ladies, this one's for you. We all know that menopause can be a real pain, literally. But here's the thing, tofu can help. It's got these things called phytoestrogens, which mimic the effects of estrogen in the body. And guess what? Estrogen levels plummet during menopause, which is why you get all those lovely symptoms like hot flashes and mood swings. But tofu can help balance things out, making those menopausal years a little bit easier to swallow. Chapter 9. Detox Dynamo. Listen, we all need a good detox every now and then. All that processed food, all that stress, it takes its toll. But here's the good news. Tofu can help flush out those toxins. It's like a sponge for your insides, soaking up all the bad stuff and leaving you feeling fresh and clean. And it doesn't stop there. Tofu can also improve your digestion and help you shed excess water weight. It's like a magic bullet for your gut, a culinary cleanse that actually tastes good.
Chapter 10. Alright, here's a fun fact for you. If you freeze tofu, it turns yellow. I know, it sounds crazy, right? But it's true. Something about the freezing process changes the structure of the protein, giving it that sunny hue. But don't worry, it's not going bad. In fact, freezing tofu can actually improve its texture, making it chewier and more absorbent. So go on, give it a try. Freeze some tofu, then thaw it out, and see what happens. You might be surprised at the results.
Chapter 11. Let's face it, heart disease is a real killer. But here's the good news. Eating tofu can actually lower your risk. That's right, this humble bean curd is a heart-healthy hero in disguise. It's low in fat, high in protein, and packed with nutrients that are good for your ticker. So if you're looking for a delicious and nutritious way to protect your heart, make tofu a regular part of your diet. Your heart will thank you for it.
Now here's something you might not know. Soybean is the only complete protein vegetable. That means it contains all 8 essential amino acids, the building blocks of protein. And guess what? Most plants don't have all of them, which is why vegetarians and vegans often have to combine different plant-based foods to get their full spectrum of amino acids. But with tofu, you don't have to worry about that. It's a one-stop shop for all your protein needs. Now this one's a bit of a wild card, but it's too good not to share. Back in 1935, that's right, 1935, Henry Ford, the car guy, was convinced that soybeans were the future. He even created a plastic made entirely out of soybeans, which he then used to make car parts. Can you imagine? Driving around in a car made of tofu. It's enough to make your head spin. Now the idea never really took off, but it just goes to show you the incredible versatility of soybeans. Alright, last but not least, we've saved the best for last. Are you ready for this? Tofu has the consistency of brain tissue. I know it sounds crazy, right? But it's true. And apparently, this is why some people believe that eating tofu can make you smarter. Now, I'm not making any promises here, but it's worth a try, right? Maybe a little extra tofu in your diet is all you need to ace that next exam or win that next pub quiz. So, there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour of the tofu factory and 14 surprising facts about this incredible ingredient. We've seen how it's made, explored its many health benefits, and even uncovered some of its quirky secrets. Hopefully, by now, you've realized that tofu is far from boring. It's a versatile, delicious, and nutritious ingredient that deserves a place in everyone's kitchen. So, next time you're at the grocery store, don't be afraid to pick up a block of tofu and see what all the fuss is about. You might just be surprised at how much you enjoy it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating food adventures. See you next time.